G'day and welcome to the Sizzler 2024 presented by Choices Flooring. The first Aussie major kicks off in Yarralumla, Canberra at the epic Weston Park. This coverage has been created by Park Media in collaboration with Gatekeeper Media. I am Andrew Ferguson and I'm with Timmy Bowen, Paddy Robinson. We are the TL podcast and we're back on the comms for 2024.
Yeah, super keen to get into this one after round one. Smoking hot round coming out by Dylan Feldman, shooting a 12 under with a cheeky little ace in there too. Chris Hill not far behind him on 11. Dan Frost with a 10 and Jade Brady with a 9. A few Canberra locals.
Mate, the Canberrans are chasing him down. Look at him. We got Weston on the leaderboard in 5th place as well. Dave Perry, he's no slouch when it comes to disc golf. And Zach James popping off. He's a Canberran as well.
Yeah.
Here we go, kicking things off on hole 1. It's exactly what you want from the first hole. Just a nice big open mash. It's a par 4, 218 metres. A good shot crests this path here and starts going down the hill. And you can see the basket tucked away in the trees, as you can see there. Not a good start for Dill. He's already dropped his whale sack. The nerves are real. The nerves are real.
Mate, how bold is that wearing a white T-shirt playing disc golf?
Yeah, that'll be brown by the end of this round.
That's confidence.
Clearly he doesn't use, he's got a caddy so he doesn't have the bag making dirty marks on his shoulder.
As 3 parents in the room, there's no way that we would wear a white shirt.
Not a chance. This is definitely a hole you want to get. There's really no danger here. Just crank it as hard and as far as you possibly can. Dill's got this a little nose up, but it's got the turn. This is pushing to the left side.
Yeah.
But should be... Oh, that's actually plenty of distance. That'll be nothing but a little chip into the green from there.
Look nice and smooth too. Good to see Dill have a really hot first round. He's been struggling with some back issues this past year, but that looked pretty smooth. Next up, Chili with a run up to rival James Conrad.
I was going to say anything but smooth, but he can put some move on the disc. Bang.
Oh, look at this.
Absolutely.
This again is heading to the left side, but not such a bad thing if you like the backhand approach into the basket.
Now, Chili is sponsored by...
Casterplast.
Casterplast, that's right.
Australia's only Casterplast sponsored player as far as I'm aware.
Coming out with some nice plastic, those guys.
That's it.
Digging it.
Here's Dan Frost, one of the local boys, had a lot to say about some of these hole designs for the new black course they've got at Weston Park.
Interesting shirt. Looks like the printer cut out halfway through.
It's actually been blurred out. It's a sponsor that doesn't have any more.
I like this shot. Nice and low. As long as it gets over the crest. No, it doesn't actually. Too low.
Smooth backhand, though. I do like watching him play.
Yeah. It's a bit of a tricky shot. You do need it a little nose up to make sure you get over the hill, but you do want it to then find its nose angle downwards to start going down the hill. Otherwise, you're just going to lose distance.
Jade Brady needs a haircut.
Looks like he might be eyeing off the roller to start things off. I love this.
I like this play. As long as you can get, you just got to get it down underneath that tree on the left.
Oh, yeah.
This looks like too much cut.
Oh, stand up.
Stand up. Angle. I like
standing
it.
up quickly.
That's huge.
Yes. That'll cross the path, surely.
Like it.
Certainly has. And you can see it getting somewhere near Dylan's air shot, which has got to be a little bit of respect thrown towards Jade there.
That should line up perfectly for a Jade Brady forehand.
So Dan first to act. It's going to be a bit tricky. He's not quite over the crest yet, so he needs to keep this nice and low and driven.
Very low.
That's also too low.
I don't mind him releasing a bit low because it is a bit downhill, but yeah, that was unfortunately too low.
This looks like a putter, or is it maybe a mid?
Oh, that'll be a Rico. If I know Chili, that's a Rico. And look at that pop up nicely. He's hit the one guardian tree. Funny thing about that tree is it also collected the drone when they were doing the fly-throughs.
Oh, it did too.
Yeah, they lost battery, lost connection to the drone. It kept going straight and didn't get past the one guardian tree.
Yeah, so an actual accurate follow flight.
And that's it.
Dylan here with a pretty straightforward approach to the basket with his slammer, it looks like.
Yeah. He's grown a lot of confidence in that approach shot with those slammers. Jade with a nice little Annie approach. I'm loving this. That's going to settle and prime birdie position.
Gave it a cheeky bit if you don't mind from Jade. So Dan needs to get up and down for the par.
Nice little touch there.
Looks like he's done just that, but he'll looks like he'll be dropping a shot to the entire card. They're all putting for bird from C1.
Nice, Dylan. Great putt. It's a bit of a must-get birdie, I think, for a lot of these open boys. There are... Oh,
no. That looked a little left side. Fergie, you're the basket designer here. Any complaints there?
No, Jade, I'm sorry, mate. You were clearly left there, mate. And left and low. Sorry, mate.
These are the beautiful Rad Ace V2s. Is that right?
They are, yeah. They are the new basket we've put out in the last kind of 12 months, and they're looking pretty good and catching pretty well.
Jade's actually forgot he needs to putt out here. And I'll see 2 pars, 2 birdies on hole 1 as we move on to hole 2. Fergie, what are we looking at here?
Hole 2, we have a par 3, 97 metres. This one's pretty straightforward, straight down the guts. It's a very protected green there and a slightly elevated basket.
I like the change on this, actually. It looked like they've extended it from previous layouts.
Oh, this hole just eats my lunch, this hole.
Oh,
that is the miss.
Eating lunch. That's gone.
What are those trees? What are those trees on the left side? They are the grabbiest trees I've ever played disc golf with.
Surely there's some sort of conifer.
Okay, Fergie, I don't
Conifer.
know.
I was going to put my money on that too.
Oh, look at this from Chile.
Has that got a chance?
Oh, I loved it.
That is on a rope.
That is how you play the hole. Fantastic. From the Casterplast Goat. It landed just nicely for us to read the stamp there.
Dan, a bit right.
Yeah, that's what happens when all you're doing is thinking about how grabby those left trees are. You always hit right side. I just can't imagine Jade not birdieing this hole. This hole's made for Jade.
Made for Jade.
I don't want to put the moxie on him, but if this is not passed, I'll be very surprised.
Oh, here we go.
Pulled it a little bit right, but the disc is working for him.
It looks like it just caught some long grass. Otherwise, they're going to be wrapping up underneath the tray, if you don't mind.
Might just be inside circle 1. Dan, that's going to hit those trees, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's going to be a very difficult par putt. Deal with a bit of patent pending. Got very fortuitous to kick outside of those trees to actually come back to the fairway.
Yeah, nice layup. That should be an easy up and down. He's definitely going to lose a stroke to Chile here, but see if Jade can get one back on him too.
Dan, well outside C1 for this look to save par.
Last thing you want to be doing is stepping it out from here for the par.
Oh, do it.
Yeah, it looks like he
not a bad
released
run.
that a little bit right, but not the worst case scenario. This is a pretty tricky hole now that the basket's been pushed back. Beautiful putt from Jade.
Right.
He's charging.
See what happens when you putt straight at the pole? There you go.
Oh, and he loves it.
Good on him. Look at the hair. I love it.
Dan for the bogey, unfortunately.
Loves his nose down hyzer putts, Dan. Very reminiscent of Garrett Gerthy. Look at Dill. Smashing chains for par.
That is the nice thing with these V2s. You can putt pretty hard at them.
Mm-hmm.
And Chile just getting that bird.
Or you can feather him in when you're in the bullseye.
Lovely.
Nicely done.
All right, next up, hole 3. This is a par 4, 195 metres. You've got a very tight shot out here over the heads of the Kangaroos. Do not go too long, otherwise you will end up out of bounds. And then progressing up to this tightly little island green nestled in there. The miss
those
is...
Kangaroos Mandos?
I thought they were rabbits.
Oh, I like this from Chile. Keeping it low, getting a big skip out, and maybe he wants a little bit more around the corner if you can, but just getting out is safe.
That's it. This gap actually looks a little bit more gettable on camera than it does in reality. It is a pretty nervy tee shot for someone like myself who prefers the forehand over the backhand.
I've seen a lot of guys go very high, like spike hyzer out, and I really like that play.
Yeah, I think high, or what Dill did, just low and skinny, just to get as far left as you possibly can.
Yeah, if you hit left or right early, though, it's
Dan.
a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Just having a little bit of a struggling start there, Dan, unfortunately. Just not quite hitting his lines.
So island green here. Dan's got no choice but to lay up to the nose of the island. He's left that a little short as well. He's going to have a bit of work to do to cross the path and stick the C1 island. Chile's going for it.
Oh, this needs to get up.
That looks low. Oh, no way. No way, Chile. I played with Chile last time we played the Sizzler.
I'm going to see this again.
That
Here
one.
we go. Slow it down, please. Slow it down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't even nip. It hit flush.
that's so lucky. He loves it. Last time I played with Chili at Sizzler, he literally landed 2 meters short and skipped over the placards. So
Oh, this looks nice from Dill.
I think this is his
Go in.
compass. Oh, that is on
Goodness
the
me.
rope.
Oh, too far.
He's just taken out the cameraman.
it looks like it. That might have come right off the scone of Ash Wiedner, who we know wears the helmet for that
Yeah.
exact reason.
Wise man. Jade lining up a putter here by the looks. I'm not really sure what Jade's throwing putters are, actually.
AVRs. He's basically
Maybe.
got 5 molds in the bag. He's recently switching to an Innova exclusive bag. And look at the
love
Annie
this.
go
He
in.
knows his disc.
Love this.
Some nice little eagle bids from these boys.
I mean, there is not, look at that flag. There's not a breath of wind. Really allows you to play shots like that.
Dan throwing his third ear, and he sawed that off a little bit,
that
but the
needs
disc
to-
is working.
Oh, my Lord.
very well.
That looked like it was hyzering straight OB, but he's pushed a little deep, and look at what he's left with. Lots of little twiggy branches to get through and really no airspace to run it. So, unfortunately, Dan will be dropping another stroke. Here's Chili with the Rico.
Tight-eye putter. I like it.
Oh, lovely. Dead
great
centre.
putts.
Love that little spinny putt he's got.
Yeah, he does prefer a bit of an Annie putt. He likes to finesse it into the chains, and he's done exactly that.
Big smiles. Love it. Chili's probably the happiest disc golfer you will see on the
That's
course.
it.
Oh, Dill. This is going to be tricky birdie putt. Looks like he's got a window.
Oh,
if you don't
drained
mind.
it.
Oh,
I was about to say, he probably preferred if Ash would have just Zenedine Zidane headbutted that disc towards the basket, but he didn't need to. Doesn't matter how deep he went, still drilled it into chains. And Jade just picks up a birdie as well. Should be 3 through 3, Jade.
Oz Discs, powering Team Heiser Flight. Check them out at ozdiscs.com.au.
Here we go. Hole 4. Bit of a unique hole, this one. Nice wide tee pad and dual fairways. You can go with a backhand down the right side. You can go a forehand down the left side. 108 metre par 3, slightly downhill. And I have seen in the past boys go down the left side with a Sky Anheuser, which is a bit of a unique line. This is more routine from Chile, and that looks way too overstable for the shot. Fought through, though.
yeah, he's got away with it there.
There is some OB.
Oh, he is stunned he got through those trees, and I am too. So Jade is one of those I've mentioned that does go for the Anheuser down the left side, which is, I just can't imagine this line, but he makes it work.
Oh,
Okay, up and over.
Yep.
Well,
Looks
Got to
like
keep turning though.
I
think-
trust these boys.
little overstable. Those bollards are OB, but he's checked up short enough. And look, he knows the course.
So he'll have a circle 2 look.
Dylan here lining up probably the more traditional right-hand gap.
Yeah, this is the play I prefer. Get a little bit of no skip. Sometimes you get a bit of a skip action and get
Yeah, I
in.
don't see too many skips. There's actually like a little trench there that's where the natural drainage path is, and there's very long grass as a result. So does grab some discs.
I think Dan's definitely wanted to get some green on the scorecard, and he's probably left that a little bit short.
Yeah, that'll be checking up just short of the trench. Probably like a 25 metre putt.
Geez, Chili got way further down than I thought he would.
Still smiling, as you said, Paddy. So here, Dill, first to act, looks like he's about edge of C3, if that is such a thing. Just giving it a bid with his
Half
dagger.
bid. I actually have seen a couple of forehand rollers off the tee here as well, which,
No one went my preferred route, the flex forehands, down that left side. Plenty of airspace for that.
geez, I wonder why.
Dan with
Dan.
the...
Oh, that was... Yeah.
No deciduous Dan yet.
Well known for getting some good tree love, old Dan Frost.
Oh, just a bit low from Jade.
I like that out of the hand, actually.
What's he's putting with classic AVRs, isn't he?
Yep.
Classic AVRs.
Ooh,
There we go.
Good right side
There's a
catch
good
for Dill.
catch.
On your waist. Good job.
And we should just see a whole bunch of tap-ins here, I'd say.
Yeah, no damage, no strokes gained on this hole, but you often see that. It's a very tricky par 3 with just all the trees and long grass and not much airspace to get your disc flying.
It's a great hole, this one, actually. I really like it.
I really like the next one. Hole 5 is one of the iconic Canberran holes at Weston Park. Fergie, talk us through.
Yeah, so hole 5, it is a par 4. It's 221 metres. You've got a little bit of OB down here on the left-hand side with those bollards, but it's kind of a tricky one. You've got a bit of a landing zone here, and then you want to kind of punch one up to the basket, which is beautifully perched up upon these rocks here.
The rocks and the bull ants.
Yeah.
Lovely. They're good to putt with.
Are they back?
C1. They're back.
Oh, this is a mash from Chile. Love it.
Yeah, getting a good bit of flex on the back end off the box is exactly what hole 5 requires.
I find this tee lines up very well for a roller.
Is that right? A roller. It is
Yeah.
one of those ones where it doesn't really matter whether you're left side or right side. You can make it work. You just want distance off the box, don't you?
Yeah. The only thing going against the roller is the grass. It is a little bit
It's grabby.
Yeah.
and a bit grabby.
We are in Aussie summer here, and it is dry, but yeah, the grass is quite long.
That's big.
That's huge.
That's huge from Dill.
Wow.
Actually,
He is in the middle, though. You do prefer to be a bit more left, a bit more right. It'd be interesting to see what route he takes into the stones.
if he's gotten far enough right, there are some clear lines getting in through. If you are a bit too pinched off to the left, you've got to mash a super hard forehand or a flex line to
This
get
is
to the basket.
This is fading from Dan, and it is checking up underneath that tree, which doesn't look as punishing this year. In the past, that tree has had limbs and leafy stuff down to the ground, which has made shots very difficult if you land in it.
Jay didn't like that one. He pulled out.
So you can see the rocks there. We're looking at a backhand turnover into the green here.
Always gone high.
Looks like it may be on a rope to the basket. Just gone over the top. Doesn't look very elevated, this basket, but that's going to be a nervy putt. He has gone pretty long. It's a hard one to lay up too. The stones really stop you from putting it underneath the tray, so you may as well give it a bid, in my opinion.
Dan here, he's hugging those trees there, but it looks like he's going to have a relatively clean second shot here.
How many forehands do you reckon we'll see out of Dan Frost and Jade Brady combined in this round?
Probably about as many as I throw. So.
They do love
None.
it. They do love a backhand, and Dan is paying the no forehand tax, as I like to call it there.
Speaking of forehands,
And
there's
there we
Chile
go.
in his very untraditional style.
Yep.
But very effective.
It is effective. It's hard to watch. He plants on the wrong foot, and but he makes it work.
He's
So
still-
Dill, as I said, a little bit too straight, but he actually had a really nice open backhand line into the basket. Looks like he's thrown his slammer, put it on the stones. Happy days. So Dan from range is going to give it a lofty bid, Heisinger it in. He's on the bull ants.
Jade, probably just outside 10 here.
Yeah, this is a scary putt. It can get away from you, and there's always wind at Weston.
Oi.
Good bid and
Yeah,
good
great
result.
bid.
So Chile, nice close one. Oh,
Ooh.
didn't quite give it the spin. Yeah, as I said, it is an elevated basket. Doesn't quite look it on camera, but take my word for it. They are nervy putts. You don't want to have more than like a 6-7 meter comeback over this basket.
Those ants must be causing havoc for Dill there. He took about 3.5 milliseconds to take that putt.
Yeah, you can get relief, but who wants relief in the circle? It's just going to add meterage to your putt.
Oh,
Here's Jade.
it's got to get in your head, doesn't it?
Straight in.
Yeah, nice, Jade.
Do you ever think maybe I'll just like stomp the ground as I go pick up my putter just to get the ants out for my opponent? Or is that just me? That's just me, the dirty tactics.
I reckon it would have been done before,
Yeah.
surely. Chile here just cleaning up the par. And moving on to hole 6.
Hole 6. What do we got here? 105 meter par 3. Nice short one. You can go a little backhand flex to this one. There's all sorts of lines. You can go a big sky line, or you can go the forehand, which is probably not as common, but I like that as well. Still first to act. Look like he's trying to pop up his compass. Hasn't quite got the turn on that. And you can see there he absolutely hates it. You can have a look at the wind blowing in the background there. A little swirly, and particularly this part of course, just with Lake Burley Griffin just in the background there. A lot of exposure to the wind, and certainly some uncommon results or unexpected results.
This one doing lots of work for Chile.
Chile.
Turning and, he's put that in the bullseye.
I feel like he gets the most luck of any disc golfer I've seen Chile, and I feel like he earned it. He's got such a positive attitude.
Just
so
good vibes on the course.
that's it.
He deserves it. This one needs to get up
Look at the late
Or
turn
turn.
from the AVR.
Oh, lovely.
Scoots in there, probably in C1.
Jade Brady with a little double pump backhand action into the circle. Dan going the higher and more overstable route. Looks like he's turned it a little much, but I like this area putting, back at the basket up the hill.
Yeah, that's
That's a good spot.
Jeez, what weather they've got.
Oh, Dill. Oh, no. Okay.
First blemish from Dill. Looks like he kind of hadn't decided whether he was going to fall forward or not on that jump putt. And
Jade a bit shorter than I thought.
Oh, lovely putt from
bang.
Jade.
he's looked relatively faultless so far, Jade.
Run it in.
Certainly feeling it.
Nice touch of breeze there too. So solid putt.
So Dill needs this for the par. Just on circle's edge.
Oh,
Dead centre.
Bang.
That's confidence because that was
yeah.
nose up, and if that airballed, that was going to be pushing the lake, in my opinion.
yeah, he likes it too. Little nod. Dan coming back for his birdie. Yeah,
Yes.
great putt.
Boys are looking on in this round so far.
Yeah. He's clawing his way back to even, almost there.
Yeah, after a bit of a shaky start from Dan, and Chile just pops in another birdie. He's tied with Dill.
All right, next up, hole 7, 95 metres, par 3. Elevated pin actually now, which is cool. That hasn't been, and it's a bit longer than it has been in the past. So the play you might see here is a bit of a backhand with a bit of Annie just to flex and match the
What are you
gradient.
talking
of the
about,
hill.
buddy? This is a forehand hole. And look, the boys that throw the backhands, they better pay the no forehand tax. This must be one of the easiest holes on the course. One that you absolutely want to get, and one that somehow the MPO field seems to not get as often as they should.
This one needs to stable up a little bit, and it's doing some work for Jade. Oh, that
look
was a
at
good height
that.
too.
Yeah, see, if
Hugging the rough on the right-hand
that
side.
was a forehand, Tim, that would have gone straight into that rough.
You're not wrong. I don't know how he didn't end up in the rough anay.
3 backhands from 3.
Oh, too low.
Low from Dan. He's doing that a little bit this round.
He
Yeah.
certainly is.
I think.
Here we go,
All right,
Dill.
Here we go.
Park job with the forehand. And
And-
that is how you draw it up. That actually looks like it's fading a little too hard, a little too early.
Bit short.
He's actually parked the old pin position, but now it's 95 metres still. Need to put a little bit more mustard on it. Dan Frost from range.
Yeah,
Not a good bid.
Just settle. Take a 3. Chile
Chile wants
doesn't
none of
want
that.
Yeah, doesn't want a bar of it.
I can see metal hits from that range and just rolling straight into the rough.
Oh, is he going over this branch?
Oh,
I'm
straight
pulling
through
over.
it.
Oh,
there
what
we
a
go.
putt. Loves it.
Goodness me. His putting's on.
That's why you throw the forehand, boys. That was always going in. Here we go, Jade. It's gone a little deep, but did great to get to that spot, and that's a
Yes.
beautiful birdie.
Yeah.
Jade, hot to trot, 4 down.
Yeah, he's
Matching that with Dylan and Chris.
just 3 behind Dill at this stage. Dan tapping in for the par. He's had a slow start, Dan, but he can certainly pick things up on these the last stretch of the course, that's for sure. And here we go. We've got hole 8. This is a big one, par 5, 259 metres. You can go down the right-hand side, which is probably the intended fairway. But if you like your chances of your roller scooting through the rough on the left, you can certainly chop your way through and cut the corner, so to speak. The basket's in a pretty precarious position right on the water's edge here,
And they've raised it.
and they've certainly raised it. And as you can see there, the beautiful Lake Burley Griffin is going to be causing a lot of wind around that putting green, so you want to put it close.
Jade opting just to sort of lay up short. I think he's setting himself up for a next, like a big second shot.
You're basically throwing into a straight headwind here. So one of the plays is to throw a overstable spike hyzer short like Jade has done, and then throw a high spike hyzer kind of at that big spire we can see in the skyline there.
Yeah.
And it's sort of knife down.
You get great 5G around this area.
Here's Chile looking at doing that play with his Casterplast stall.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
Yeah, everyone being fairly conservative. Let's see what Dan does. He's biting off a bit more.
I actually like trying to get to where Ash is sort of poised right there and pushing as far down into that rough as I can.
Yeah. So Chile there he is. Oh, he's hit the spire
He has, hasn't he?
absolutely
Bang on.
perfectly.
I just fear that he might be a bit too short.
He's landed on the pad of the next hole, which
Yeah.
that's not a bad spot. I think he may have some trees to contend with from that spot.
Jade, yeah, giving this one a roost.
Yeah, he's pushed it long enough. Let's see where it checks up. No, he's actually
it's
caught the
flipped.
backside fairway, and that is danger. He's safe, but he's going to have some rough to contend with, that's for sure.
Dylan here with an enforcer, it looks like. He's just punched that gap beautifully. And
This looks big from Dill.
yeah.
I think that's his Rive, actually.
Oh, Rive, excuse
Yeah.
me. My bad.
Raptor Eye Rive.
That is fantastic. You should have
Yeah.
about a 50-metre upshot to the elevated basket left from that spot. And here's Dan. He's got the reward of a little bit of extra distance off the tee. And it looks like he just got over the trees there. If that caught those trees up high, that would have been an absolute nightmare. As we can see from Jade. Looks like he's going to fight through the rough a little bit. And that's actually pretty good. Nothing wrong with that. But look at the flag on top of the basket blowing straight at him. This is going to be a very nervy approach no matter how close you are. That needs to start fading.
Get out of those trees.
And it hasn't. Yeah.
As thick as those trees look, I've seen some and had some pretty average kicks.
Oof.
So
Straight
Chile
into
looks
the
like
water
he's on the ultimate field trying to throw through some defenders there and checking up quite short.
Yeah, I thought Chile was a bit too short.
Yeah.
And we're still not at Dylan. Jade, you want to just get this over that crest, run the little downhill and settle.
Look at him floating the avia. Go in.
Oh!
Off the
Goodness
tray.
me.
Good
far
lord.
out.
Wow. If you don't mind.
Did he mean to run that?
I don't know.
No. He runs everything, but that is suicidal from Jade. Look at the buttery avia from distance.
Yeah, I just think it got a little bit extra glide. Oh, jeez.
Top of the tray.
Far out.
Oh, look at Dan. Dan can't believe it. What a shot from Jade. And look at Dill. He's played this
Yeah.
hole to perfection.
Just laying up. Beautiful.
That's how you lay up, he says to Jade.
Chris not really wanting to entertain that one. Laying up.
Is this for birdie? Yeah.
This is for birdie from Dan.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it looks like he got a really good result through that rough on the right-hand side, and he's made full use of it.
Mate, that's fantastic.
Lovely, soft, floaty, safe putt there.
Yeah.
There we go from... Oh, no. The dog in the background absolutely hates it.
Oh, we're going to see this again.
Yeah, a bit right.
Little bit right, but yeah, those ones 50-50.
Yeah.
I don't
Could've
think
gone.
Dill's thinking 50-50 Fergie. Jade in for the par. Nicely done. That was a pretty awful spot to be in after two. Chile with the backpack on.
Dylan, unfortunately, just picking up the par.
Yeah, not happy with it, but hasn't lost a shot to Chile.
All right.
As we move on to hole number 9, it's a par 3, 109 metres. Pretty straightforward, this one. I guess you've got the nice turnover or a forehand.
Yeah, little bit of OB on the left-hand side with a path there as well.
It's a fairly big forehand too, at 109 metres, 358 feet.
Yeah, I think that's why you're going to see a few backhands here. Some of the boys trying to get that little bit extra distance. Jade, is this a mid?
I think he's gone his AVR, has he?
Really?
Surely
Wow.
not.
Far
Oh,
out.
jeez, it's working.
No, maybe that's a rock out of Jade.
Yeah. Dylan, yeah, 100% going for the forehand. Should get a little bit of, oh no, too low.
Oh, no skippies on this grass.
There's no shortage of power out of Dill's forehand. He does have the tendency to release them quite low, though. I think
Chile, I'm surprised he's gone the backhand. He's got a ripping forehand too.
if that stays up, that's a very
Leveling
nice looking
out.
backhand, though. And that'll
Yeah.
wrap up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, even closer.
Goodness me.
That might be why he goes the backhand, Paddy.
Yeah, fair
Funny,
enough.
Funny how he seems to know his game a little bit better than you know his game.
Yeah, true.
Dill cleaning up the par there. He's going to have a little bit of a tester from, mid of the circle one. Hand from range.
Chile got like a 20-metre slide there.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
expect that.
awesome.
I was about to say wrapping up at circle's edge, but it just kept going.
The ground seems to firm up a bit there, and that thing just scooted on.
Here we go, Jade, for the bird, and to peg things back even more so to Dill. Oh, a little low. Yep. Looks like he was waiting for a bit more headwind there. He expected that to stay up a bit more, but he didn't get it.
Dylan trying not to think about the last part. Oh, don't blame the basket there. Excuse me.
He might be out again, I think. He certainly is. So this is for the bogey, and he doesn't miss twice. Just limiting the damage there. Well done, Dill. They're the putts. Once I've whiffed one for par, and I've got the equidistance for the bogey, I'm a bit more nervous. I don't know about you boys. Dill looks like he's in the ultimate professional, though.
Chilly with the
Yeah, just watching his head on the...
the easy tap in.
And look at that. We've had a lead change, boys, as we round the bend almost through the midway point of the course. Move on to hole 10.
Yeah.
This one's a tricky one.
It
Got
is.
plenty of kangaroos to dodge, I see here.
Yeah, how good's that? 101 metre par 3 straight up. It's a bit of a low ceiling, and you do have a bit of elevation here, so you've got to power a backhand straight up. I really like this hole.
That's too right. And
and-
that tree is like a glove. It just catches everything.
Like a glove.
This looks nice.
Nice little
from
highs
Dan.
from Dan.
No skips there, unfortunately, but
Oh, this hole. I just see those two trees in front of my face and how many disc marks are on those trees.
which one? That one?
that tree?
Yep, that
Goodness
exact tree.
me.
That's just all I'm thinking about when I play this hole.
I'm going to back Dill in here. I think he's got the shot and he's got the disc for this.
It's gone the compass.
Oh, no.
Oh, goodness me.
That's commentator curse.
Oh, you both of
That
you
is-
boys. Just shush, please.
I don't
Where'd
think
that
he's-
end up? I didn't even see it. Oh, okay, it's right there.
Was he trying to go over the top of the one that Dan landed in?
Yeah.
I mean, that Chile landed in?
He's just trying to throw it too hard. He probably should have dissed up.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
wow.
that, though. That's
Bang.
a fantastic scramble shot.
That's almost bullseye.
That is a sensational shot from there. It is so hard to get up and down if you're on the left side of this fairway.
I've practiced this hole quite a few times with mids, and
Ooh, that's not a good release from Chile.
that little change of elevation it takes a lot to get up that far, up around the basket. So I'd like to see a fairway driver from Dill next time.
This looks pretty nice from Jade. Scoots on a little bit, but that's inside the circle
Yeah,
for his par.
fantastic. Sees a lot of bogeys this hole, so if you can hit early and scramble the par,
Oh, do it.
Oi.
great bid from Chile. Unfortunately, he will be dropping a stroke there.
And then, exposing that lip to the wind. Bit nervy there.
A little too high, so he's going to have a headwind putt for the par. So you say
Yeah, nice from
Jade
Jade.
cleaning things up. Very, very good first 10 holes from Jade.
Yeah, very clean.
4 down for the round. Only betted by Chile at this stage.
Alright, that's how close Dill got. That's awesome.
That is a sensational par save. Oh, no one's getting par from
Yeah.
from hitting that early tree. Dan in for the par. I think the boys have done very, very well to keep the scorecard relatively clean. Just the one bogey out of Chile, and that'll peg him back down to 15 down with Dylan Feldman. So here we are, hole 11. It is a par 4, 175 metres. You kind of want to go distance off the box. So I like the backhand roller. I like the backhand flex shot. You can really go whatever you like. Just want to get through the first 2/3 of the fairway because there's a whole lot of trees and a whole lot of low canopy to deal with.
Yeah, the miss is hitting early here or going too far to the left, and then you can't access that avenue to the green. I think Dan should put a pretty straightforward air shot, or is he going the roller here?
No, it's gone the
air
backhand flex. Yep.
This looks good. I like the shape.
I reckon he might have done this a few times, boys. And
Get off that.
Oh, we've all niced him there.
Jeez. He should still have a reasonable look.
Yeah, absolutely still in birdie contention. He's going to take a pretty good second shot, though. Jade looks like he's going to be fading out to the left-hand side. As long as it gets under that one, and it doesn't, it's checked up. But look, as long as you're not on the trunk of a tree, I think you've got a chance to attack for the birdie here.
Dylan. Oh, just low out of the hand again.
Low and left.
Looked like he was trying to get as far left as he could there. Do you think that was the play or just a bit of a misrelease?
Nah, definitely a misrelease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chile. It's a shame there's no rollers.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Chile's really going the roller here. He probably he likes that backhand flex shot, I think.
It's
So
a good height too.
come on, let's get around that big boy. Oh, and this is the play.
Wow.
Look at that.
All the way through.
It's going to have one thick tree to contend with, but he'll be able to go a little backhand chip shot around that. Should be no problems at all. Dylan's still got the low canopy to deal with, very short off the box. Going with that Rive Paddy.
Yeah.
Oh, no. And he's not going to be taking too many steps
Geez, a
forward.
massive rollback as well.
Yeah.
might
gonna
Giving
be
him nothing
awkward.
from there.
You might have a little forehand. No, he's gone the back end again.
Yeah, this is awkward. Needs to get up and down for the par.
Oh,
And
what
that was
happened there?
that looked like a huge misrelease.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
has he hit the same tree twice? Is that what we've just seen there?
Oh,
Yeah.
pretty
May
much.
as well have.
So a little bit messy to finish off this front half of the course from Dill.
Oh, I like this from Jade. It needs to have a big finish though. That wind's just caught him up in outside circle.
Just outside circle. It's going to be on the tailwind side, I do believe, for this putt, though. So not a bad place to run it from.
What's happening?
What am I seeing
this?
here?
What is this?
I'm seeing a fly in Dan Frost's face. Are we about to see a Dan Frost forehand? Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
look
Okay.
at that.
Scoopy.
Come on.
Scoop. Stay in.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Did I just see that
What?
hit a car
just happened.
and come back in bounds?
Toyota Prius.
Dan doesn't know what to think. Look at him.
Deciduous Dan.
He's now Diesel Dan.
And he claims it too.
That is insane.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, you're not going to see that again.
I've been talking about the no forehand tax. Like, what is that?
Wow. So good. Oh,
I can't believe that.
that's amazing. That's so good. Did we not see a replay? Come on.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness me.
Oh, far out. Yeah, we replay a spit out, but not the re-hit, the ricochet from a car.
How does that happen? He's just gone OB by about 6 meters, hit a car, and rolled in bounds.
Mate.
Insane.
And got a putt.
if he
Have to
makes
hit this part.
surely.
Please. If he does, the cans are off. I'm walking out.
I mean, would you hit that putt? How do you collect yourself after that?
Oh, he's got away with one there, that's for sure. Or two.
yeah.
Jeez.
That's nuts. All
Here we
right.
go, Jade.
Winds died.
Oh, a little
bit
tickle on the
high.
branch.
That's okay, though. It should be rounding out another par. It'll be 4th par in a row for Jade.
Yes, for bogey.
Oh,
Dill.
left side.
Going to
Not-
see our first double, I do believe.
Yeah, not the finish that he wanted.
Oh, and there was a little bit of pace on that putt.
Yeah.
There's a 6.
enough
and
too.
He drops 2 behind Chile at this stage.
He's been bleeding a bit the last few holes, unfortunately.
All of a sudden, Jade, once he hits this, that was very low left. He's
Good
in tied with Dylan at this stage for Jade. So very nice front 11 holes for him.
And Dan, just with a few metres on this one to clean up for his par, would it
Yeah.
be? I'm
Yeah.
confused now. There we go.
Normally, those cars are very, very hard at sapping your attention on the right-hand side. You're always waiting for the cars to go, but I think the play is actually throw while the cars are driving past.
Clearly.
It seems.
All right, and that brings us to the end of the front 11. Dill Feldman on a 13. Chris is coming out in front with a 16. Dan on a 10. And Jade really having a nice front with a 4 under and sitting at 13 as well. Big thanks to the Only Zool Patreon members. Please make sure that you jump on and watch the final 10 holes of the upcoming second round. Should be good. Great scenes here at Yarralumla.